Alrighty. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a very impromptu episode of the Operator of the Week. This is episode number 5, and I have a couple of reoccurring guests because we have some exciting news to share regarding a project we're working on together. Hello to everybody in the chat. We have AB1WX, we have Hayden, KB3GRG, we have WC1N, and Reed, AB8AS. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for joining me this evening. And happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope everybody saw my post either on Twitter or TikTok. I should have done a video here on YouTube as well. So let me show off my shirt first. As you'll notice, I'm not wearing green today, and that's because basically the Irish government decided, the way they want people to celebrate St. Patrick's Day this year is in solidarity with the suffering that the civilians are facing in Ukraine. They're experiencing horrific acts of senseless violence against them. And I asked people, and I'll keep asking tonight, buy them a beer. Send $5 or $10. Like, buy them a couple of beers. Send $5 or $10 to the charity of your choice to help out these people. You're not buying them a beer, but you are buying them food, clothing, shelter, things they desperately need right now. So, I've donated like $10 to the American Red Cross. I bought them a couple of beers. That's the way I see it. So, speaking of buying stuff, I'm doing a Patreon giveaway. It's not just Patreon, like buy me a coffee, if you subscribe to that too. So once I hit 10 subscribers, I'm doing a $50 gift card of your choice to whatever ham radio store you want. So once I hit 10 subscribers on either Patreon or buy me a coffee, $50 gift card giveaway to one person. So, and like I said before in my 100 subscriber post, this just helps me with the operating costs of like the streaming services and the podcast service and all that. So like, I'm not really going to make any money in the end. It's kind of funny. So, all right. So this episode, I brought back with me CU3HY, Mike in the Azores, and ham radio adventure guy KE8PZN, because we're working on a special project together. Let me go ahead and bring them in so they can say hello. How you guys doing?
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
You guys having some beer for St. Patty's Day?
Dr. Beer?
Dr. Beer.
Actually, don't have anything on me right now. No water, no nothing.
I had my beer with dinner. I try to cut back on drinking. So, you guys been doing POTA lately?
What's
Every
that?
Day.
What's that? Every day.
So about 30 minutes ago, and in about
as this is done, right?
And in about an hour from now.
Yeah, probably a little bit less than that. Yeah. So I want to announce to everybody watching and everybody listening that starting this Sunday, 8:00 Eastern, this time is subject to change in the future, but we're going to do what we're going to call the ham radio campfire. So it'll basically be kind of like a call-in show for POTA. We're going to let people join the stream or just join in by voice, ask questions in the chat, and we're just going to kind of shoot the breeze about everything POTA, maybe even soda, just kind of like portable active operations. So I think we're all really excited about that. This was actually brought up by Mike. He actually mentioned it to me after. Yeah, I'm calling you out, man. But no, he mentioned it to me after after the podcast I did with him. He said, "Hey, why don't you like get together with Ham Radio Adventure Guy and me or whoever and do like a POTA show?" It's like, dude, that's an awesome idea. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. Do you guys have any thoughts on it?
I actually put a thought in the private chat. You might want to look at.
I
That,
think it's gonna be great. We can have that. I can bring the EU side, my thoughts on POTA from a DX standpoint. I think, and as a hunter, and then James can be the POTA activator as well as you, Pat, can bring those thoughts together. I think we there's a good chance it might be good.
Yeah, and adventure, Henry Adventure Guy, James, you got some experience with soda too, right?
very little, but I do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot more this year. I've got several sodas planned for this year. Been getting
Because
some
yeah, a
stuff.
lot of sodas like coincide with POTAs, so that's what's kind of nice. Like usually, not
Yeah.
always.
I have I got a call the other day from a friend in Portugal that he was uploading a lot of his sodas that matched up with POTA. You know, some of them going back years, and he was just putting them into POTA. So that's pretty cool. I think that's one way of people getting in, and maybe as they see their numbers go up, they'll try to improve on that. So those because soda's been around a lot longer than POTA, and
Yeah.
I think that if we can bring that crowd in, because I don't know much about soda. I've heard about soda, but if we can bring that crowd in with because POTA is so much relaxed, so much more easier on the what you got to do to activate. I think it'd be great for if you work soda your mindset on that challenge. It's easier to transition into POTA. That's my thought, at least, on the matter. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. POTA's definitely a lot more laid back. I mean, it's easy to activate a soda. You only got to get 4, but it's the getting there. I mean, I know the numbers that raised on my soda was my heart rate numbers. I'll tell you, I put out my video and somebody even asked that, how did you get all that stuff up there? No wonder you were breathing hard. Yeah, and yeah, I definitely overpacked for soda. That was for sure, and I have cut my kit down considerably. But
Yeah, I'm a photographer. That's what I've been doing for many years, a professional photographer. And people ask me, why don't you do landscape photography? And I'm like, because I gotta walk, and I don't. My this little body was not made for the walking. So that's why when Poto showed up, and I'm like, oh, I don't have to climb a mountain. I'm in. So that was my whole thought on it. So yeah, I'm a lazy bum when it comes to activations. If I can't do it from the car, yeah. So
Yeah, I
I
feel you.
guess it's easier that way. Yeah, those but I mean, if you're gonna get up so high, you're not gonna do just 4. I mean, it's just
no,
it's
No, I mean you
really,
could do
yeah,
4 in VHF
yeah, definitely
in a
that,
lot of places.
yeah, for
not
sure.
not in West Virginia. You won't do
Not in West
4.
Virginia. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But like here, like if I went to the closest soda, which I think is like the very, very northwestern part of my county, I could probably get like 10 Q says VHF on 14652.
Nice.
I could probably do it.
I envy that. Like I'll watch Charlie's videos and like he'll get up there and make all these 2 meter contacts, and I'm like, I wish, I
I
just wish.
I don't think I would get one. It would be very, very hard.
The only way I would get one is if I told one of my friends that I was doing it and told them to be waiting.
That means you need at least 9 more friends.
True.
Yeah,
Well, no, for soda, I would just need 3 more friends. I need 4.
There you go. That's true. That's true.
But it's no big deal. You deal with the getting there, and yeah, there is some drive up summits. Unfortunately, they're not near me, but it's fun stuff. Just getting out and getting in the woods and stuff.
No,
I mean,
it's all about the challenge.
I do a lot of
Yeah.
hiking activations just in parks anyway, but it, when you got to go to the very top, that means there's nothing to do but go up.
True.
big
Oh,
big
yeah.
challenge.
But I guess a lot of people will do QRP on soda just because they're going to be so high up that that is a big advantage. They're going to get that lift off so well that I mean, it's all about the height. So I guess
Height is might.
it's better to be up 1,000 feet with 5 watts than it is to be on the ground, sea level with 1,000. That's just math. And
Exactly.
although I can't complain because I am about sea level and right by the sea. And yeah, those 400 watts, 450 I put out every day seem to be getting out there.
Oh yeah. No, you blast all over the East Coast. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but these past few days, it's been hard. I'm getting like 3 3s, 4 4s. Rarely do I get a 5 9. I've gotten 5 9 plus today already, but it's these days were brutal. I mean, as an activator, James, did you feel the storm?
Ah, this weekend, I mean, honestly, I killed it. Um, I went like 4 days straight with 300 plus contacts
Wow,
at one activation. So
wow.
Yeah. He was
it
No,
killing it.
that's
There
amazing.
was I don't know if you saw on social media, there was like a weird window from the US open to Japan. I think it's today or yesterday. Like there was people like just banging out Japan contacts on FT8. There was like a really weird window today.
I've basically stopped trying to get James because I can't get I can't get my call sign through the pileups. The pileups for James are just out of this world. So I just said, "Oh, look, there's James." Yeah, next. I can't. It's amazing.
like
People just crowd you.
it's crazy. Like I, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do a quick activate. There is no quick activation for me. I mean, it's just the second my spot hits, it's on,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's just absolutely like sometimes I'm sitting there thinking, please God, just stop, just stop, just stop. But
Yeah, I hear you.
it don't like I'll go. It won't be as bad because I'm going out. I'll go out at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight instead of 8. And some of the people that are normally expecting me out there, and they don't realize I'll be out there, so they won't be watching. So it won't be as bad tonight. But if the word gets out, nah, it's over.
Yeah. Well, that's how it is here in DC. If I activate a park that hasn't been activated in like 4 or 5 months, that's like 4 or 5 months of new activators. So it's an atno for like tons of people. So like I basically have to do a contest mode where I'll say their call sign in their signal report. And they'll come back to me with my call sign signal report. I'm like, all right, 7 3s QRZ.
It
Like
was
that's it.
it was crazy the other day. I can't remember why I went to FT8. Maybe I was going to get something to eat or something. And because a lot of times I'll do that. If I'm hungry, I'll go to FT8 and eat that away because, I can't eat during an activation otherwise. But I went to FT8 and I put a picture on Twitter. Literally, the whole right side of my screen, besides the one guy that I clicked on the call. So I had one yellow in there. The whole right side of my screen was red. I mean, it's just all the way down. And I'm like, how do you get a pile up in FT8?
Oh yeah, no, that's happened to me, especially like if like the African American Civil War Memorial. That's a really hard park to activate, and if I go and activate there, I'll get an FT8 pile up because it's really hard to hear people there. Reed asked you, James, what band are you going on tonight?
Probably 80.
Yeah, I
Inve-
never fail.
Unless Reed needs me to go to 40, I will go to 40, but I'd rather go to 80 being 9 o'clock.
I've had good success on 40 at night lately. Maybe it's just here.
No, it's been that way. Like, here's the thing. I used to always stay on 40. I didn't care if it was 10 o'clock in the morning or if it was 10 o'clock at night. I stayed on 40. Like, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I've got over 16,000 contacts on 40, for POTA. And then in December, we had a solar storm, and we're talking 5 o'clock in the day on 40 was trash. So I started going to 80, and then it became a thing that all the hunters were appreciating 80, and all the people that like to try to be mean to me and run me off was hating me. So I'm like, well, cool. We're just going to stick with 80 for a while.
Yeah.
I
Do
didn't
you
know.
get
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't know which one was funner. Getting all the contacts on 80, or just literally, sitting there and telling people, if you would have asked me, I would have moved, but since you didn't, guess who's staying all night?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, that's crazy. What about in Europe? Do you get a lot of night activity on 40 with maybe not even
Yeah.
just soda, but
Yeah, 40 for me because I'm halfway between Europe and the States.
yeah.
So 40 daytime, forget it. The skip isn't right.
Mm,
So it has to be 20. There's no way. At night, yeah, the skip is about right for 40, but it's a weird band for me, at least for me. Now, if I was a lot of activators in Europe will do 40 because it's such a short skip band during daytime. They'll get it. They'll get definitely great stuff.
oh
But
yeah.
again, like I said, Europeans can't go above 7,200.
Yeah.
So everybody's below that. It's mostly voice on 40-meter bands for Europeans, and the rest of the world, pretty much, I guess, besides US and Canada, is from 7.1 to 7.2.
Yeah.
That's the norm. But
And
yeah, there's a lot of you'll see mostly morning time. You'll see a lot of British, a lot of Spanish. I've seen some Polish POTA activators on 40, and I'll just go right ahead and on the spot and just go, "Hey, you doing 20?" Because that's the only way I can work them is if they'll go to 20. And the good thing, and it is that a lot of them will come down to or come up to 20. That's the way I can work them because I definitely can't do 40 for during daytime. Forget it. It doesn't work for me. And
do,
most of the time, you guys are above 7,200, so it's
yeah.
not going to work.
do you have Kilo 1810 in your log?
Do I have who?
Kilo 1810.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
I
would
gotta
say
check.
the hard thing about 40 for us in the States is basically what is it? 175? Yeah, 175 and up is general. And between
Yeah.
175 and 200, it's always super crowded because people are trying to make that DX, or you have lids like having nets there for whatever reason.
Nope.
So
Kilo 1810. No.
No. Okay. Sunday is my 1 year POTA anniversary, and that is the park that I started in. I will be out there on Sunday, and I will start on 20. I will start on 20 out there.
I think the only way I can get you is if I text message you and say, I'm calling you.
It's funny because a lot of times I'll leave activations and I'll look at my phone and I'll have all of these messages like people like, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah.
Because yeah, most of the time people calling you, they're pretty strong and pretty powerful. And I, even though I don't, I work about most of the time 450 watts. By the time it gets to you, it's like 10, 20. You know what I mean? It just, unless you're listening to that Hotel Yankee, yeah, it don't work.
You got to get my log a little more. Let me get a little bit more used to your voice hitting. And once I get used to your voice, it's
I know,
over.
I know,
I
I
don't
know,
care.
I know.
I like I was talking about on my stream last night. Gaston out in Michigan, he broke my pile up on 1 watt from Michigan to me. 1 watt, and he
Wow.
broke the pile up like toward the beginning of the pile up. But I'm used to hearing him.
Yeah.
And
My trick, I got to be honest. One of the tricks I do is I'll sit on the POTA app page and I'll just once in a while just click refresh, and as soon as that atno comes up for me, I'll just switch to it immediately, right before a pileup starts, and sometimes I won't even hear them, and I'll go Charlie United 3 Hotel Yankee, and they'll come back to me. I was just setting up, but I'll put you in the log right now. I'm
dude,
like, perfect.
that doesn't even work for me. You can't do that on me because when before I ever even do the spot, when I go, is this frequency in use?
Boom. Yeah. Yeah.
Nine
Yeah.
times out of 10, I get it's free for you, James. It's already. I'm like, all right, who do I got to put in the log? I'm like,
Yeah.
Hayden's in the chat. Hayden's done me that way, which Hayden knows about the range. If I post it, I'm going to a certain band or something. Hayden knows about where I'm activating, and people will just set in my spots and wait. I think
See,
it's
you got to break the mold. You got to change things up to keep it interesting too.
well, I mean, I go wherever it's free, and sometimes
Yeah. Yeah.
I might move 8 times in an evening, especially on 80 meters. It depends on how strong the people are that's trying to run me out. I can get over top of them. I don't know how. I'm running 100 watts in a park, but everybody tells me they can hear me. But sometimes I can't get the hunters over top of them.
You know
Don't
what?
forget.
It's the antennas you're using.
Yeah, and
You're using
it's the
some really
environment.
good antennas. Yeah.
It's the environment as well. It's the fact that you have no construction around you. Your signal has a better chance of that liftoff to reach the skip zone. You know what I mean? And because most of the time these hams are the buildings around them suck. That's my opinion. In my honest opinion, they'll suck the RF and they won't let it lift off. So if you're at a park where there's nothing obstructing you but trees, granted, I think that's the key. You can hear better, you can get out better. It's I think portable is like the pinnacle and of radio out there, and and people most of the time, if you don't try it, you'll never know that
Oh
that
yeah.
that clean band, those pileups, and trust me, I know pileups because the fact that I'm a island on the air. Every time I'll CQ on 20, which I've stopped doing, not because I don't like the pileups or anything like that. It's just I'm more of a sniper kind of DXer. I'll look for the stations I need. So, uh, so I don't do CQ anymore. But if I do CQ, it just goes insane. It just people start piling up because it's an island on the air, and
Yeah.
a lot of people need the
Well,
Azores.
Yeah.
Not so many POTA activators don't need the Azers. They've got enough of that.
Hey, if you
But
need the Azores, go activate.
there
There's
you
your
go.
tip. Yep.
There you go. I've a lot of activators have come up to me and like, where are you at? Azores. Portugal? No, the Azores. Oh, that's a new DXCC for me. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. So good one. James, you got a question there, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already
What
answered it.
antenna? Well,
It-
go ahead and tell the folks, what antenna do you use?
90,
Antennas.
95 to 99% of the time, I am using the Eagle One antenna. It is my go-to. We just did a interview or show last night on my channel with the new owners of Eagle One, and it is the most amazing antenna I've ever dealt with. Like it's nothing for people to tell me you're 40 over. It's nothing for people to tell me that. And to receive on it, that's what. For example, Gaston on that 1 watt, he literally messaged me, showed me a picture of his radio on the 1 watt. He's like, "What antenna did you use that you heard me through that pile up?" And it's an amazing antenna. Now, if I'm portable, like hiking or something, I've either got the Wolf River coils or the Buddy Stick Pro, and both of them are good antennas. But as far
All
as
right,
you want to break through and everybody, Eagle One.
James, I'm going to need you to tell me now that you've used both. Which one do you prefer? Not which one do you think is better. Which one do you prefer?
I'm still new with the Buddy Stick. I'm still working on the Buddy Stick. I only had it while I was down in Florida, and I've not got it to do what I want to on 40 yet.
40's a little tough on it.
40 is a little tough,
Yeah.
and I have the solution laying around here somewhere that will change that, and I'm going to do a video on that solution, and
I'm looking forward to that.
put it out
I
there.
when I go activate, my favorite antenna for 20 meters. Remember, most of the time when I do activate, it, but I know I gotta get back to it. I know, guys. My favorite antenna, nobody uses. Nobody. I've never seen anybody in the States use this antenna. It's a home-built antenna. All you need is a fishing pole, something to get it up, and it's a diamond loop. It's a diamond loop
Hmm.
out of wire. It's a full wavelength piece of wire. You match it up with 75 ohm coax, and it's just a delta loop. It's an amazing receiving antenna because it's closed ends. So that signal has no ends to get in, the noise, and it's just it gets out great. There's a picture on my QRZ.com of my car, and it assembled, because all you do is you'll attach it to the top of the fishing pole at the bottom about 3 feet off the ground, and then stretch it with a couple of guy lines, and it'll do that diamond shape, and it's like it's a loop antenna. It's a delta loop, but it's on a diamond shape. I've used it in so many activations, like to mainland. And it's an amazing antenna. Tuned properly, it's nobody uses it. It's interesting because I've never seen anybody
You
in the
know
States
what?
use that antenna.
Coming up on the ham radio campfire group build of the diamond loop.
It is so easy to build. All you need is about the 20 meters. Well, here we use meters, so I just cut 20 meters of
We use
cable because
meters,
it's
true.
literally.
Yeah.
So 20 meters, and it's just a piece of 75 ohm coax, quarter wavelength of coax times velocity factor, and you just attach it at one point to the antenna, the live and the shield, and you just run that quarter wave of 75 ohms, and you put an PL259, a little barrel connector, and your 50 ohm cable to your radio. It's interesting. I've never seen any ham in the States use this antenna. I mean, it
Well,
must be a
now I'm
EU
gonna look
secret.
at it. Yeah, I
It
know.
must
Now
be a
I'm gonna
EU
look at
secret.
it.
I
Yeah.
have, I'll send you the schematics for it. I got it on the wall right here, but it's interesting because nobody uses it. It's just, and it's such a quiet antenna, such a great receiving antenna because it's closed loop. It's like a mag loop, but it's full wavelength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. Yeah.
you guys got to give it a try for sure. Yeah, we'll definitely do it. I'll do a talk and maybe put some slides up on how to build it and see if somebody will build it
I'll
and
build
try
it.
it out. And try it out
I'll
because it's
build it
cheap.
while you give the presentation.
Yeah, it's a cheap and all you need is 75 ohm cable. That's it. You know.
Next week, I'm actually talking to someone really interesting who just put a post on the POTA Facebook group. I guess this is a trend over in Japan. It was by JQ3BUM, and I guess they get like the carbon fiber fishing rods, and they turn those into antennas. Like they don't put any
Yeah,
wires or
yeah,
anything. They basically just get the coax, slap it onto the carbon
yeah.
fiber rod, and just put it
It's
up, and it
it's
works.
it's pretty much it's an aluminum foil because fiberglass is
Yeah,
conductive, I guess.
yeah, carbon fiber. Yeah,
Carbon
fiberglass, I
fiber.
guess, isn't.
Yeah, carbon
So
fiber. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah, I guess there's
But
a small particulates of metal in there, and it
yeah,
works.
yeah. But how good a conductor it really is. James is just
I
quiet.
know.
He's just
Uh, I'm thinking right now how many hunters is cussing. Like, where is he at? Like,
Yeah.
he was supposed to have been on the air. There's something wrong. He's dead in a ditch.
check your
All right.
messages.
So here's a good question by KB9JQU. So he's asking, what's the performance like of the Eagle One above 20 meters? I think he's talking like 17, 15, 10, if I'm not mistaken. Because he's saying like
Uh,
he's always booming on 80 and 40.
I have used the Eagle One antenna from 160 to 6. Now, mind you, it says it is a 180 to 10, but I have used it from 160 to 6. 160 is pushing it very much. Sometimes it's iffy on the single sideband on 160, but I've always got FT8 on 160. I've got 10 plus parks on 160 for FT8, and I've did a couple of people's wanted me to do park the parks with them on 160, and I've done single sideband. As far as 17, 15, and 12, if the band is open, it does it. You got to have a tuner, external tuner. The only thing
Will
you
it
don't.
work on 6?
Yes, it will work on 6.
Okay.
The manufacturer will not tell you it'll work on 6 because you got to play, but it'll work on 6 with a cheap antenna tuner, something like this right here. That's an MFJ Versa tuner too.
So I'll tell you what I use personally. So if I'm doing car portable, I want to get an Eagle One. You and Tristan convinced me I want to get an Eagle One, and but right now I'm using the ham sticks. I tell you what, that 40-meter ham stick on a mag mount is just some sort of magic. I don't know what it is. I get out super good 40 meters and even 20 meters. Most of my contacts with Mike, I think, were on the 20-meter ham stick, and it is a super cheap option too. If you're just getting into the hobby, I can't
Uh,
recommend a ham stick on a mag mount more. Like, yes, the other antennas are great, but they're also expensive. If you want to, like, I just want $60 worth of an antenna, so I can get an HF
I
ham
will
stick.
I will tell you, most of my contacts with Mike is on the buddy stick because most of my contacts with Mike was when I was in Florida,
Yeah.
and that's what I had down there. But that's not because
and I
20,
heard you great.
20 meters does not work great in West Virginia unless I'm on top of the mountain. Now, if I'm at Chief, like for example, Chief Logan, I activate on top of the mountain most of the time, so I can do 20 meters up there fine. But most places, if you're in any kind of valley in West Virginia, 20
Oh
meters
yeah.
just sucks.
Have you tried Envis with 20 meters?
I've tried everything with 20 meters.
Mm.
Now
Well, yeah,
Reed does a lot better on 20 meters than I do. He's in the chat, and he's on 20 meters quite a bit, but he's got some kind of black voodoo magic for 20, I guess.
yeah. And someone mentioned in here they used a carbon fiber fishing pole to hold up their end fed halfway. That's another antenna I use. I just throw one end over as high of a limb as I can, put the other end towards the ground, and use its sloper configuration.
Yeah.
I love that thing because it's 10 to 40, and all I have to do is just flip the dial on my radio, and it's pretty much already tuned. Like it's great. I can't, like, if you're trying to do it on the cheap, and if you have space in your parks, I think one of your best options, like if you don't want to go out of the car, you want to actually go in the park. I think one of your best options is getting an end-fed half-wave, in my opinion. Like if you want to go as cheap and light and portable as possible.
And that's the thing with my Eagle One. If it's spring or summer, I'm not in the car. It might be mounted on the car, but I'm not in the car. I'm setting up at a picnic table somewhere 50,
Just run a
75,
coax.
50, 75 feet from the car. So you don't got to be in the. And I mean, there is tripods with the Eagle One. You can take it as far as you want to pack it, this stuff. But I just run it off my car. I've got the tripod, and honestly, the only time I've ever set it up was when I did the review on the original review on the antenna.
Hmm. Yeah, like you and Tristan definitely made me, like, as I was debating if I wanted my next antenna to be the Wolf River coil or the Eagle One, because they're about similar price points. So and I think after you and Tristan talked to him, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get an Eagle One, just because like I want to start doing some more Maryland parks. I've been doing mostly DC, and
And
but
I'll
a
go
lot
ahead.
of the Marylands are drive-ins.
I'll
So
go ahead and put this out there. I don't know if any of your viewers are not subscribed to me or not, but
I put your link. Subscribe to him if you have.
if even if some of you guys absolutely hate me and only come to Pat's channel, shame on you. But you can still go to Eagle One and use my code HRAG when you check out and get 10% off. So
I'm gonna wait for someone to come from the States to activate a park where I live and maybe bring me one.
I thought
yeah,
did he say he's doing international shipping or no?
somebody asked in the chat if they were shipping to Canada. I seen it when I was looking back through the chat.
Well, I think he said Alaska in the chat, didn't he?
So
Or was it Canada?
I'm gonna ask him and find out about that. Now my Patreons get free shipping, but I don't know if that applies to international, Mike.
he just like does the 1 month of Patreon to get the free shipping. It's like, all right, there's $5.
Hey, you got to find the loopholes.
Hey,
yeah, right.
I mean, he did say he would confirm that they were Patreons with me when he actually dropped that in the after chat last night.
Someone's asking for the URL. Hold on, I'll get it for them.
No, but it's there's for us. I've thought about the Coil River and so forth, but the shipping to EU is murder. It's complete murder. It's just insane. So there's a lot of things that I see POTA activators using that I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. No way, Jose. But it is what it is. That's why I have my diamond loop antenna.
Well, but you know what's interesting? It's like someone was showing me, like, I want to get a mag loop because I want something that's like super portable. Because some of
Yeah.
the parks I want to activate here are buildings, so I'm gonna have to like sit outside in the front step and put a mag loop next to me and do it that way. But yeah, like they're showing me some mag loops from like the UK or whatever, and the shipping's not too bad. It was like $14-15, but I can take that hit.
This is the Delta loop. I have super thin. I have super thin 75 ohm coax on it, and I 3D printed the holder, and you can see these are the sides of the loop right there, and it's right. That's it. That's all there is to it, and just a pole up in the air, and you're rocking and rolling.
That does look like a really easy build. Now, do you need a like an unun with it?
Nope. The unun is the 50 ohm coax. That's what brings down the, from this is it. This is your Balam right here. Yeah, let me bring it back a little further. This is the Balam right here. This is what matches the impedance to 50 ohm right
Yeah,
here.
that's definitely going to be a little group build we do here.
And I actually have it set up like this, but that's because I got this extra thin 75 ohm cable off of Amazon, and I figured that's it. And this will hang at the bottom of the fishing pole. And I use the paint on electrical insulating, but it's like you paint it on, and that's it. That's the antenna right there, and it's an amazing antenna for 20 meters.
What?
You can build it for any band. You just have to do the math on it. Just it's a quarter wavelength, and you can build it for any band. Of course, anything above 20, you're gonna need a big fishing pole for it to be a square-ish shape. But you can have it on the same fishing pole. You can have 20, 17, 15, 12.
So you could basically do like a fan dipole kind of thing where it's like
Well,
all the different
think
fans
about it this way.
inside.
It's a one element cubicle quad.
Hmm.
That's all it is. It's a one element cubicle quad. So,
Yeah,
and if you know anything about cubicle quads, you know they're great performers.
so what size fishing pole do you need for that?
7 meters, which is what?
Like 21 feet ish.
Yes, it's not. It doesn't need to be that big. A 7 meter fishing pole. The higher it is, the better. It just
Oh
you
yeah.
can because all you does is if you can't get it square like this, you're gonna have it more like that. But it works as long as it's open. And the thing is, you'll direct it. The ends will be north to south because it irradiates on the sides. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it'll radiate. In my case, it'll do U.S. and Europe because the way I set it up, north to south, it'll east to west. Perfect. So
Yeah, that would be like really good, especially here, because you're really
whatever
trying
you
to
set up,
just
you get
go
the east
east and
coast and the west
west.
coast. You
Yep.
know. So I definitely, I'd love to see someone try it in the states, because it's not a secret. Somebody doing a wellness check on James, uh, but it's just an amazing. But I've only seen uh, Europeans use it, and not that many. It's a well kept secret, I guess, because every activator I've known in Portugal, they use this antenna. It's
Well,
amazing antenna.
I think you need to start getting a slideshow ready, and we're gonna do a little group build
Well,
here,
I can
and I'm
do
gonna
that.
take
I
it
can
out to the
definitely do that.
field. I'm gonna take it out in the field and see how it works.
I'll
I can use
definitely. Yeah, no worries.
my little toy here and test it out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because that'd be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
people are
for
probably
sure.
texting James like, "Hey, get these guys to shut up already, so you can go activate."
Somebody want me to attend another ham fest.
Oh, which
Yeah,
one?
see, that's what it. You're famous, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
infamous. I'm infamous, but you're famous.
I don't consider myself famous at all. But yeah, I'll tell you, I was telling you guys before the show. It's weird to me when people come up to me and be like, "Can I take a picture with you?" And I'm like, Why?
It's that reward money. I'm
That's
telling
what
you.
that's what I'm always thinking. I'm like, did somebody take a warrant out for me, and you're trying to get a reward? What's going on here? But it's
I
good
tell you
stuff.
what, I don't know if you just saw it, Hayden. You're gonna have to show us that here on Sunday. He just posted something in your Discord, James. He has like basically like the back of his truck is a whole little shack.
You know,
Like, that's really cool.
that's something I'm wanting to do. Like, I really want to get like about I don't know, 6x8 utility trailer and make it like a little portable shack. You know, put me a little bed in there and a little desk, and it'd be great for all the field days. And just like if I want to just say, okay, let's go to this park this weekend and bust out a kilo or whatever. So, I mean, that's a project I'm wanting to do. But I
Yeah.
really like when I was in Florida. My mom has one of them Ford. Are they? Shoot, what are they called? Maybe a Ford Flex or whatever. Little tiny van, and it was great. The parks that I would get to that like wouldn't be no room or it was really crowded. All the picnic tables were took. I threw the antenna out the back of it and set in the back of the thing and activated. Good stuff.
Yeah, my XYL just found my YouTube channel, so I'm in trouble, guys.
Oh.
Oh no.
Listen, you guys are going to need 14 feet of 75 ohm coax. So,
Easy. Yeah, Amazon.
Yeah. Amazon or just TV coax. If anybody's got some TV coax laying around, it'll work too. To test it out.
Yeah.
That's what I used in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have some coax laying around here somewhere. I don't know. I'll have to look. Yeah, man. Like you'll have to like send me some of the deets, and I'll have to like post, like, or you have to post, or someone will have to post, like, hey, this is what you need for the build, and we'll just do a group build.
Yeah, for sure, no worries.
Yeah, because that'd be
I'll
awesome, man.
definitely do that. Seriously.
Yeah, because like I think I've heard of a Delta Loop, but
Yeah.
like you said, I don't think I've ever really seen one. I might have seen one on the West Coast in
A lot of
use,
people
like on a field
would
day.
I think it's Spider Beam, somebody that does like they'll do a fishing pole with a square, but my idea is I got rid of the square just by putting guy wires on the ends and just stretching it.
I'm trying to go
Yeah.
back. I'm trying to go back through a chat. Somebody in the chat said that they run a Delta Loop on 40.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, they run an horizontal delta loop on at 28 feet.
So
I can't
You
find
can
it
run
how's
it
the
though.
horizontal.
horizontal?
You can run it horizontal.
You just have to like.
If you have like four
Oh,
trees, you can run it horizontal.
oh, okay.
It's in
Yeah,
every
yeah.
book. If you look up, it's in every book. But if you run it straight up and down, it just radiates to the sides.
Hmm. That's
It's
interesting.
basically, like
Yeah,
I said, it's a cubicle quad it's a one element cubicle quad.
that's interesting. Yeah, I've been looking for more and more portable wire antennas, especially because
Yeah, somebody's saying,
I love like my buddy stick, but
yeah.
that is a little bit spacey
Uh,
in like a backpack or whatever.
I seriously, I want a Pactena. I want one so bad, but every time I go to get one, they're sold out.
They're
Like,
sold out. Yep.
like like I want a Pactena. Like it's tearing me up. How bad I want one.
I think I've been thinking about just buying a K6 ARK and building one. Doing little YouTube things like saying, "Hey, look how bad I can fuck up building this antenna."
You know, I can't remember who it was. Somebody told me that they were sending me a K6 ARK, and
Might have been Joe.
I've never got it, but I'm trying to remember who it was because I'm going to be, hey, where's my antenna? I want to build this thing.
Was that Joe? I thought it was Joe.
I feel like it may have been Beer Snacks.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, no. I've also been looking into like receive loops as well, like getting like a separate receive loop, like if I'm doing like an overnight activation. I don't know if you've ever thought about doing that, James.
An overnight activation. I do it pretty much every parks on the support your parks weekend.
Like,
but
well, I'm
it,
saying like sit in a tent kind of
but
thing.
it's not one park. It's continuous.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like sit in a park over a course of a weekend.
Oh,
So like,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of getting like a
Well,
receive loop.
well, me and Molson, we kind of have this little bet, and I'm pulling for him to win because he went out and did his first POTA, and I forget how many. I think he got like 144 contacts or something. And he's like, it wouldn't really be that hard to get a kilo. And I'm like, well, you're not going to get 144 every time. He's like, I think I will.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, it's possible. I was like, but I'll tell you what, we figured it up. I was like, that's 7 activations. I was like, if you can get a kilo in 7 activations, I'll get a kilo in a weekend. So I'm really pulling for him to win because I want to go out and do a kilo in a weekend anyway.
I mean, you know the spot to do that at.
I mean, any spot. Like I don't care. Like I've come to the conclusion.
Oh, I was saying the spot here in DC.
Yeah, but I've come to the conclusion that I almost want to do it in a day now, because when I'm putting out 300 park plus contacts on one activation, in a couple of hours, I'm like, can I do a kilo in a day?
I feel like you'd have to go to an Atno for that. I think if you did an Atno, you could do it, maybe.
I don't know. I feel like
I'd work if you were an Atno.
I feel like that I just need to be able to work every band while I'm there. As long as I can work every band while I'm there.
Yeah, that's the key.
I feel like I would be fine, because between every single band sideband and then every single band FT8,
That's what I was going to say.
I feel like I could do it in 24 hours.
If you could run 2 transceivers at once, like if you could run FT8 off somewhere and then, put it in war crime mode and
no, there's nothing wrong with running 2 at once, okay? But I'm not going to do this automatic stuff. To me, and there, if you do that, that's fine. But to me, if you're doing an automatic FT8, you're not activating the park. Your radio is.
Okay. Grant me this. Can you guys ask for like a group call? Can you apply for a group call?
What do you mean?
Like a club?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
you
one
have to have
one
at
off.
least 4 members.
Yeah, I have access to a couple of group calls that I can use already.
Then that would be easier, but it wouldn't just be you. It would be a group and just a satellite. But it's not just you. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's not me. I want it to be me.
Yeah, but it can be done. It can be done. I've done it, not in 1 day, but in 2.
Yeah, I know I can do it in 2. I know I can do it in 2 for sure.
But I wasn't alone. There was 2 operators in one activation and 2 in another, and we just rested. One would work for a while, but by yourself, it is exhausting. It is exhausting.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm exhausted after like 250.
Yeah.
Dude.
So you need to take breaks. There has to be breaks in between.
That's what FT8 is for.
Well, not if you don't run war mode.
No. I
sit
mean,
there with a beer and a sandwich and watch
like
FT8 just run away.
to me, FT8 is a break, because even actually doing it myself,
of course,
because all I'm doing is hitting buttons.
Yeah,
I can eat, I can drink. Like, I don't have to say, all right, guys, I got to take a drink. You're gonna have to wait just a second.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a few times that some of the hunters is like, James, take a drink, because I'll just start getting. I mean, after 250 plus, calls, you know.
You're just a little horse.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you've done 6 parks that day and you've done 100 plus at all of them. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll be sitting here just hunting, and I'll get hoarse, because I do scream. I do scream. I think it helps just a little bit. That little scream in my voice helps me get that pile up, get through the pile up. But at the end of, sometimes I'll start like early, like 10 a.m.
mhm.
And so for you guys, this would be 10 UTC and run until 18 UTC. That's usually when, if it's a POTA day for me, that's what I run. And at the end of the day, I'm hoarse. Oh my god, it's killing me. So it's not just um
So
And then
Hayden asks, he's still learning FT8. What's war mode? I think he means war crime mode. So there's a fork for FT8 you can download where you can basically hit a button and it'll make FT8 contacts automatically. So it'll call CQ. It'll work the first station that comes back to you, and once it's done, it'll automatically go back to calling CQ.
right. So and I'm not wanting to stir.
So in fact, you know what
That was-
happened when the invasion of Ukraine started? There's still people talking FT8 because they had their computers set like on the auto call CQ and they forgot to turn it off.
like, and again, I don't want to stir the pot, but when I go to
it's not legal.
when
At
I
least
go,
not in Europe.
when I go to bed at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and I see somebody spotted on FT8, and then I get up at 6 o'clock the next morning, and they're still spotted on FT8, and they do this 7 nights a week. I kind of wonder, is somebody really activating a park?
I smell foul.
I don't know. They could be a night owl.
Yeah, they could be a night owl. Yeah,
Could be. Could be.
I mean, I've been known to do activations at wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and go ahead and head out and buy like 5 be activating. But
I could see like a trucker doing that or something.
well, I mean, this particular person, they're pretty much on 24/7.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it says.
But if they feel like that's the way they need to do it, that's on them. I just choose not to hunt them.
Yeah, but is it war mode or war cry or whatever? It is illegal.
It's questionable. Because if you're sitting in the shack and it's happening, I mean, technically they're operating.
It could be almost like APRS. It could be almost like APRS.
That's the way the FCC
it's transmitting for it.
Yeah,
but is it?
Like,
but is it really radio? Come on.
Yeah, but
okay,
but,
yeah,
but,
I'll give you that.
But you're kind of pushing that because then it's kind of if you're sitting there sleeping in the bed beside.
I mean, like WSPR.
My hands on the mouse. I swear to God.
I mean, WSPR.
My hands on the mouse.
The same thing. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a questionable practice.
As long as they're having fun, let them have fun. I don't care.
I tell my students because I do teach photography as well. And I tell my students, if you work anything but manual mode, you're not taking the picture. Some Japanese engineer that programmed your camera is taking that picture. So, I mean, are you really doing radio or the guy that programmed the software is doing radio? It's gray. I know. Come on.
It is gray. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and start wrapping up so James can get to his activation because I'm sure he's ready to go because I told him I want to keep him more than an hour. So, people aren't going to start calling for search and rescue teams on him, worried about where he is. Crystal wants to know when he's going to be back over here. I think, are you still good for Memorial Day weekend so far?
as far as I know, Memorial Day weekend for sure.
Yeah, because the couch is still open. So,
That
the
makes it
hotel.
that makes it that much better.
Yeah, hotel. My couch is still open. So,
Hotel
yeah.
my
So,
couch.
yeah, hotel my couch. Cheapest hotel in DC. Just have to put up with a little bit of coldness, but it's all right. Um, but yeah. So this is great. This is a little preview for Sunday. I know I
And
said 8 o'clock earlier, but don't
we're
hold us to that
yeah
because
Yeah,
we're
definitely.
not 100% on that time.
Yeah, but we'll let you guys know.
oh gosh, well I'm in trouble with my wife, so I better start closing this because she said it's our couch. It's like this is a communist state. This is not a democracy.
It's a dictatorship.
And here's the thing.
It's actually her couch.
It's going to be
I just don't
on.
admit it.
It's going to be on Pat's channel 1 week. It's going to be on my channel 1 week, and Mike's still undecided if it's going to be on his channel or not. But maybe on Mike's channel
Maybe.
1 week. So
maybe.
So you guys need to go ahead and subscribe to everybody if you're not subscribed.
Yep.
And
I got some really old videos there. Oh my god, so bad.
I've seen them.
Mike's like, hold on, let me go clear some of this stuff. But I need to take the me walking the dog video off there real quick. And
the me saying, I can't program my bell thing. What am I doing wrong?
These are over 10 years old videos. Over. Oh my god, yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I got a lot of copyright strikes on those. I remember that.
and just so you guys who's not a member of my channel know, when I do hit 1,000 subscribers, I am giving away an Eagle One on my channel. So
am I subscribed? Let me go ahead and check that. I'm oh my god.
You're supposed to. Yeah, you are. You were there yesterday.
I know.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
at the tail end, but I was there.
Please do not subscribe with fake YouTube accounts just to get me to 1,000, though. I want real subscribers, y'all.
I mean, I have an alternate account. I don't know if I've subscribed you on that, so I have to check. But I do watch like videos on that. I just put all my ham radio videos on one. Anyways, before we get way too off the rails, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down so that way James can get out there and activate, and Mike can finally go to bed because it's like 1 o'clock there or something.
It's midnight. It's midnight. Well, yeah, midnight.
Yeah. So, all right. 7-3s to everybody in the chat and everybody here. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and we will see you on Sunday.
Later, guys.